Alright, so this is my first Wi-Fi battle I'm posting here. This is me taking on the Kent State University Pokemon League first gym battle, the Rock Gym. So let's get into it. I'm going to lead with the Breloom, and he is going to lead with the Bastiodon. And I'm kind of expecting the Stealth Rocks, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going for Spore. Get that thing asleep, and then I'm going to go for the Swords Dance. Yeah, this is... I haven't beat my Alpha Sapphire yet, so I had to play on X. So, like, I had to get the battle from him in order to record it. Well, he's going to get that first turn Wake Up, he uses Metal Burst, and I go for the Swords Dance. He goes for Protect, I guess, trying to scout what I'm going to do. I go for Spore again, and then I just go for the Bullet Seed, because I'm like, might as well just take him out. And as long as this hits 3 times, then I'm good. It hits 3 times. First Pokemon down. Anvil going down to Bullet Seed. He's going to go into the Tyrantrum. And this is... I kind of messed up here. I thought I would outspeed it. And he gets me with the Outrage. And I'm really upset. And at this point, I'm really super nervous because I brought that Breloom for this team. With that Adamant Mach Punch Technician, and that was for his Mega T-Tarp. So losing Breloom that early, I was like, shit. So I go into Sylveon, stop his Outrage, he gets confused, and I feel like the Pokegods were kind of smiling on me for this match because he kind of got fucked with the hacks. You'll see in a second, but he's still confused, and he hits himself in confusion. And I got that substitute up. I go for the Draining Kiss and do a pretty good amount of damage there. And he's still confused. Heal up a little bit. Got the leftovers. Got the Draining Kiss. And he's going to go, I believe he gets, he hits himself again. So that's 2 in a row. Survives with 3 HP. I'm going to go for the Calm Mind and just kind of boost up a little bit because he can't really touch me. I still got that substitute up. And he's going to break through his confusion, go for the Earthquake, and hit me, fade my substitute. And this is where I didn't notice that he had the Life Orb. I thought he was Choice Scarf because he took out my Breloom. I was still kind of processing that Breloom died, and I should have gone for the substitute there, but I go for the Draining Kiss on nothing. I could have had a substitute up. I could have had a Calm Mind up, but I didn't. So he goes for the Shell Smash on the Omastar, and I'm just kind of looking at this like, you can't really touch me at all because I have boosted, but I'm going to Baton Pass just because I can, and I'm going to go into the Espeon, and I was just like, shit, I'll just take it out with a Psychic or something, but he switches out too, so I don't really know why he was doing that. Whatever, he goes into the Tyranitar, and I'm like, perfect opportunity to at least cripple this thing. I use Trick and give it my choice specs, and we were doing like a passerby battle, so he's sitting like across from me and he goes, oh, doesn't that boost my speed? And I'm like, no, that boosts special attack. That's why I gave it to you, because obviously Tyranitar uses physical. So I go into Chansey, and he's basically locked into whatever move. He goes for the Crunch, and doesn't really do that much, but he gets a stupid defense drop, so that was the best hacks that he gets. That's what he gets for those confusion hitting himself. He goes for that again, kind of does a lot, and I go for the Stealth Rocks just because I figured might as well get that up if he's going to be doing some switching. And I'm like, fuck, like my Chansey is done. Like my Chansey's not going to do anything. I'm really down on myself. I'm like, I lost this battle. How am I going to take out this Tyranitar? But I'm like, whatever, I'll go into Sylveon and just see what because I know it's going to use Crunch again. Goes for the Crunch. Doesn't really do that much. This Sylveon's max defense, max HP, and bold nature as well, so it's just like a bulky powerhouse. Get a little leftovers and that stupid sand. I hate the sand so much. He's going to switch out, and I believe it is, yeah, the Cradily. And this is like one of the most boring parts of the battle I just go for the substitute because I know Cradilly can't touch me. I'm like, this is a special wall, whatever. Like, I don't know what it's gonna do. I'm expecting like Ingrain or Leech Seed or something, but so I just go for the Calm Mind, and I figure I might as well set up against this thing because it can't touch me. It can't break through my sub with a Leech Seed or anything like that. And he's gonna go for the Stockpile, and I'm kind of like, all right, I'm expecting the Spit Up then. So every time he stockpiles, I'm just like ready for Spit Up, because why else would you use Stockpile? And then I'm expecting, again, like an Ingrain or like Leech Seed or whatever. So I'm just like, shit, I'll go for another Calm Mind, because he's kind of backing himself into a corner every time he uses the Stockpile, because Stockpile can only go up 3, and I can go up to +6, and it boosts my special defense and my special attack, and I have Baton Pass. So the longer he lets me set up, the worse position that he is in himself, because I've got Scald on my Blastoise. If I really need to do a swap Baton Pass into Blastoise, I can. Or I could go into Espeon, or I could go into Chansey. Like, I can just do so much with that Baton Pass. But he's going to go up to +3. I go up to +3. He goes for the Sludge Wave, and this is where I'm a little bit worried also, because this thing could probably take out my Sylveon with a Sludge Wave. Like, I don't have any investment in special defense. I have all max HP and max defense on this, so it could probably do a 50%. But that's how much Draining Kiss goes. It does like nothing, and there's only 10 PP on Draining Kiss, so I'm kind of like, shit, I gotta watch out. So he goes for the Sludge Wave again, and fades my substitute. Get a little leftovers, so I'm back to full. He's pretty much back to full, because I think he's got leftovers too. And it's just like, this is kind of a pain in the ass for me. And so I just Baton Pass out, because I'm not getting anywhere, and I can basically bring in something just as strong as the Sylveon. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll go into Chansey. And this was kind of a risky play for me, because had it killed my Chansey, which it did like 4 damage to my Chansey, then I kind of would have been struggling against this thing, because Chansey's got Toxic, and that was really what I was trying to do to beat this thing. But Sylveon would have probably got wrecked by 2 Sludge Waves, and I wouldn't have been able to catch back up. But luckily my Chansey lives, and I go for the Soft Boil. He's going to switch out, and thinks he's really clever, goes into his Tyranitar, and I just go for the Toxic, because I'm like, either I poison the Cradilly or I poison something that comes in. And luckily I don't miss Toxic. I don't really miss anything this match, which is kind of fortunate for me. Maybe this guy just needed to get taken down a few pegs, because I really benefited from the hacks in this game. He goes for the Rock Slide and misses. That's kind of shitty on his part. Like, I kind of felt bad, but I go for the Soft Boiled, get all my health back, lose a little bit to that stupid sand. He's going to take some toxic damage, and then he's going to go for the Rock Slide again. He goes, all I got to do is flinch you, and look how much damage that does, and he flinches me, and it's like, you've got to flinch me like 3 or 4 times in a row, or get like 2 crits in a row or something to take out this Chansey. But he goes for the Rock Slide again, no flinch, but I think that other flinch too was like, that was one of his points for the hacks. But I get Soft Boil again, because I can, and he's just going to keep taking toxic damage. Yep, look at that, taking all that toxic damage. So he's going to go for the Rock Slide again, because he has to. He misses again, and I just fucking go for Toxic, because I need to stall out a little bit. And if he switches into something, which I would have done, because that's so, like, he's lost his Tyranitar for no reason. But he lets it stay in, lets it go down, goes into the Aerodactyl, and this was kind of the one I was expecting to be the Mega, but it also could have been the Mega Tyranitar. But this is essentially why I've got my Mega Blastoise for this Pokemon and for that Tyranitar. but he goes for a Sky Drop, and I'm kind of like, dude, why would you go for Sky Drop? Whatever. He goes for Sky Drop and drops me down and does damage, whatever. I go for the Toxic because fuck it. If I figured if Chansey's going to go down, might as well Toxic this thing, and I can pretty much stall it out. But he gets hurt by Toxic, and this was the most retarded thing that I've ever seen, because he goes and Sky Drops, and then he takes a turn of Toxic for no reason, and then drops me. And then he takes another turn of Toxic. And I'm just like, why would you do that? I was thinking of running a reverse, like finding a Pokemon that can use Sky Drop and Toxic, and doing it to somebody else, but I don't know why you would do it to yourself. Whatever, he takes another round of Toxic, I just soft boiled. And he goes for the Thunder Fang, does way more damage than I was expecting. Like, then he gets a crit, but still takes a little bit more Toxic damage. I just go for Toxic again in case he wants to switch out, and I can. He goes for the Thunder Fang. 14 HP. I live it with 14 HP because my Chansey just loves me. So he basically, that was the climax of the match. That was him losing because that was his strongest Pokemon, and it can't even kill Chansey. He even got a crit too, so it's like they're his hacks. He gets hacks, but they just suck. So he goes into the Omastar, goes for a Shell Smash, and this is me not wanting to be a Toxic Stall asshole and kind of wanting to make the match a little bit more interesting. So I go for Thunder Wave. I've got dual status on my Chansey just because you never know what you're going to need, and it's too hard to get Seismic Toss. So fuck it, I just got double status. Double status, Stealth Rock, and Soft Boiled. I go into my Destiny Bond Sharpedo because I just want to make him kill himself. I think it's awesome. I'm so happy I thought of this set for Sharpedo. Or maybe I saw it on Showdown, I got wrecked by it. There's a lot of sets that I get wrecked by on Showdown, and I'm just like, that's mine now. So he gets me with the Ice Beam, takes me down to my Focus Sash, and I just use Roar because I didn't have enough. I don't know why I did that. I guess I could have protected and then Destiny Bonded. Whatever. So I roar him into the Cradilly, and he told me afterwards that he had Storm Drain on this, and he kept wanting to trap my water Pokemon into using a water move on it, and I was like, yeah, that's you would have got me, but why would I switch in a water Pokemon against Cradilly because it's grass? It's just gonna Giga Drain. So, or Leech Seed, or Ingrain, like, it's grass types. It doesn't even, water's not even effective on, whatever. So, this was his plan, I guess, with the Cradilly, was to kind of guard himself against water types. But I go for the Protect to get my speed boost up. He's just going to stockpile, and I'm just kind of, like, waiting for him to attack at some point so I can use the Destiny Bond. Even though he knows that I have it now, I kind of blew it, but I'm just like, either he's going to think, one of us is going to outthink the other person. Just like, you're going to overthink it too many times, reverse psychology too many times, and it's going to go backwards, and one person is going to mess up. But he just keeps going for stockpile, and then he goes for recover. He's just trying to stall me out, so I'm like, fuck you, I just roar him. So he loses all that shit, goes into the Omastar that is paralyzed, and I know he's not going to he's just going to Shell Smash, he's not going to attack me because he knows that I've got the Destiny Bond. So I was kind of pissed because I was planning on using this whole team for all the gym leaders, and 4 of them were there watching the battle, and I kind of revealed a lot of my tricks that I could have used, later on, like the Trick Espeon and the Destiny Bond. Also my Beast of a Chansey and my Baton Pass Sylveon here. But whatever, I go into Chansey, I don't really know why. Then I go back into Sylveon, I'm like, hell yeah, I can just set up on this thing. Chansey can't do anything to Omastar because it's paralyzed. And so this is basically a crippled Pokemon that gets paralyzed like 3 turns in a row. So I just set up on it, go for the Calm Mind. And he gets paralyzed again. I think it's like 3 times in a row. I felt kind of bad because it was like he got some crits on me, he got some flinches and stuff, but when it comes down to it, the hacks that I got were much more influential, I guess. Not that he would have killed me anyway with this Omastar, even if he didn't get paralyzed every time, because it takes him literally like 4 hits to break my sub. So go for the Draining Kiss, almost take it out, full HP after that. And he goes for Surf. I guess he's trying to get that stab. Still doesn't do anything. Breaks my sub. And now I finally learned from my mistake of not using a substitute when I should have. Because this is the first time I've ever used this Sylveon set. I used to run it with Curse. Curse, Calm Mind, Baton Pass, Draining Kiss, and I would just set up and just Baton Pass it to something. But I was like, no, that's retarded, because all they got to do is have Toxic or some sort of like status move and they'll take me out. So I switched Curse for Substitute, and it worked out really well actually with this set. So I take out the Omastar and I got the Substitute, and I think I'm at +2 right now. Goes into the Cradilly, and I know already what's going to happen, so I'm like, fuck you, I just go for Baton Pass. And who do I Baton Pass into? Chansey! Oh, it was too early. Chansey! So Chansey comes in, and now it has a Substitute, and it's got +2 with its already beast defense. So he goes, what are you going to do with Chansey? Doesn't have any attacks. I'm like, dude, how did I win this whole game? Toxic Stall. So I go for the Toxic, and thankfully I don't miss. Like, he missed 2 Rock Slides, and I just kind of felt bad that I didn't miss any Toxics. I think I did miss some, but they were the ones after he was already poisoned, so it was like, doesn't even matter. But he goes for the Sludge Wave, and doesn't even break my sub, and he gets his leftovers back, takes some Toxic damage, and I can basically stall way forever with this Chansey because I've got Stealth Rocks and Thunder Wave, and both of those are like 20 plus PP. So worst comes to worst, I just Stealth Rocks until the PP is gone. He can stockpile all day, and he's already used it like 9 times, so I don't even know how much PP stockpile's got, but so he can go +3 all he wants, he can go Recover, he can do Giga Drain, he can do whatever he wants to do. He can't even break my Substitute at this point. And this is probably the most boring part of the battle, and I apologize for that, but this was a gym battle, and I like to win, I don't like to lose, so I really don't care how I win. Also, this is my first upload too, so I tried making a cool template and layout and everything. So if there's anything that anyone can think of to improve this and the channel and everything, feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to leave a comment on how I'm an asshole and a dick for using Toxic Stall, or tell me how great my Shiny Chansey is. And there'll be probably more. I want to do an upload every week. Some of the Wi-Fi battles might be kind of shitty, and I might not have time to do it every week, but stay tuned for some more Pokemon Wi-Fi battles here. So you can just kind of watch as Bon Jovi dies to Toxic from my Chansey. And I also don't have a capture card either. I literally just turned off all the lights in my room and got my camera out and filmed the screen. So if anyone knows how to get a capture card or anything like that. I also have a Mac. I think I read somewhere that the software doesn't work on Macs or something. I don't know. I'm trying to get set up so I can do some streaming, maybe some Showdown or something on Twitch. So I don't know. I'm just trying to make some more videos and stuff for everybody. So if there's anything that you guys would like to see, also I'll leave a link for my Vimeo because YouTube keeps taking all my anime shit down. I don't know why. I'm not, like, it's like copyright. I'm like, in my description, I never ever said that it was my stuff. Whatever. Okay, so here's the game winner, Toxic. He goes down. So I ended up 5-0ing my first gym. Pretty stoked about that. Next week is going to be the Poison Gym, and they'll be I'm trying to make a documentary of everything too, like a full with interviews and everything like that. But we'll see how that goes. So stay tuned for more Wi-Fi battles, and I'll see you guys later.